What is going on, YouTube fam? Welcome to the Jonathan Dearman Show. And in today's video, I actually want to show you a video called Parents Explain Gender. And basically what it's about is it's parents explaining to their kids that the sex that you were born as doesn't automatically define the gender that you become or choose to be. Meaning if you were born a girl, you can become a boy if you want. And also they explain that there's actually an infinite amount of different genders. And so anyways, we're gonna watch that. But before we do, I do wanna give some clarity here. First of all, while I do hate what the parents are doing here by, in my opinion, just completely confusing these children, I don't hate the people themselves. I don't wish any harm towards them or anything like that. I actually wish only the best towards them. I hope that they change their viewpoints at some time, but I don't hate them, and I think that's an important distinction to make. I hate what they're doing, but I don't hate them as people. Now, with all of that being said, let's go ahead and start watching this video.
I need your name, your gender identity, and your preferred pronouns.
What? I don't know what the last two are.
Riley, do you know what gender is?
Something you identify with that people call you.
You're in the ballpark. Myself, I identify as trans non-binary, so the surgery that I'm going to have, all of this is going to be gone. How do you feel about that?
I still have mixed feelings
Still
about
mixed
that.
feelings. A little bit scary?
A lot scary.
Of course she's scared, and this really breaks my heart that a 10-year-old girl, or however old she is, has to be thinking about this kind of stuff. It's sad to me because she, like she said, she's scared, and this is a very mature topic to be thinking about, you know, your gender identity and your sexual orientation and transgender surgeries. For this girl to not only be having this conversation, but to watch her mom go through these things, of course it's scary, and I just feel so bad for her that she has to be thinking of all this stuff at such a young age.
Do you know what makes a boy and what makes a girl a girl?
I don't know.
That's okay, sweetheart. Your parents don't know either, so next clip.
On your body, what do you have that I don't have? What is that?
I can't say it! Junk. Wiener.
So if a person with a wiener says, hey, I'm a girl, what is that person?
A girl. A boy. A female.
Behold, gender identity.
This boy's face literally just tells the whole story right here. I feel like his face encapsulates exactly the way I feel when I watch this video. And it's just interesting to me that these kids seem to have a better grasp and understanding of really reality than these parents do. And these parents, they've learned to be confused about this stuff, and now they're trying to confuse their children about it.
When did you find out if I was a boy or a girl?
Maybe 15 minutes after you were born. But as I'm learning, that was just the sex you were born. That doesn't mean that's the gender you're going to
I am not
to be.
a boy.
How do you know? And this isn't a trick question.
I just know.
You just know.
You shouldn't have to think about it twice.
What if you forgot if you were a boy or a girl?
There are people who don't really identify as a boy or a girl. They're in that middle space.
When you went to kindergarten, you went by she, her,
Yeah.
and you wore dresses, and some people said
They wanted me to be a different gender.
they didn't want you to be a girl.
No, people were being mean. No one date them.
Now you're they, them.
People should call you your actual gender.
Yes,
They, them,
that's
she,
right.
her, he, him,
That's
or
right.
none. Did you
Oh.
ever want me to be non-binary?
When you were
That's
little,
funny.
I just wanted you to be who you are without having to choose. Because when I grew up, there was just boy and girl.
Okay, I think we could all agree that it's not a coincidence that a mom who's confused about her gender just so happens to have a child that's also confused about their gender. At this age, you have to be trained to think about this kind of stuff. I remember for me personally, I grew up with just an amazing dad. And I remember one time I was at my grandma's house and my sister was there and my two girl cousins were there as well, and they were all playing, doing girl stuff. And so they put me in a dress. I think they put some makeup on me. or something like that. And I was Wendy, actually, from Peter Pan. Good movie if you haven't seen it. And when he came to pick us up, he walked in and he saw his son, his 5-year-old son, in a dress and in makeup. And as you can imagine, he was a little taken back by it. And being the good father that he was, he came over to me and he got down on one knee and said something to the effect of, we don't dress in dresses, son. We don't put on makeup. That's for girls. We're boys. We don't do that. I'm just so grateful that my dad didn't have this outlook that a lot of these parents have, because if he did, then he would have probably come in and said something to the effect of, oh, son, you look so beautiful. You know, do you want to dress in dresses? You can dress in dresses if you want to. And me being a 5-year-old boy who just really enjoyed the attention from my sister and my cousins, I probably would have kept doing it, because I liked the fact that they were actually playing with me. But if you keep doing that, 10, 15, 20 times, you dress in dresses, and now you're 8, 9, 10 years old, you've been dressing up in dresses for the past 5 years. That's just how you end up confused, when it could be squashed so easily right there. And I'm so thankful that I didn't have to go through a really confused time in my life, because I had a good dad who was willing to tell me the truth and bring me back to reality. And with parents that are teaching their kids that gender is fluid and all that, my question to them would be this, that even if you take out all the religious aspect of it being morally wrong to teach this to kids, if your goal is for your child to be happy, why would you want to drive them towards something that has proven statistically over and over and over does not make people happy almost ever? 40% of transgender people attempt to commit suicide. That's heartbreaking. That is extremely sad. 40%, that's almost half, and way more than half deal with depression and even intense levels of depression. And by the way, there's been no evidence to show or support the idea that transgenders that live in a family or with a circle of friends that accept them changes the rate of suicide attempts. And so if your goal is happiness as a parent, just for the fact that the suicide rate is at 40% and the depression rate is way higher than that, I would not want to drive my child towards that. Again, if their goal is happiness, they're missing the mark. They're missing the mark big time here.
How many genders are there?
Infinity?
What?
This is confusing.
Yes.
Very.
There's that middle part just expanded of the gray area.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well that wraps up the video. Infinity, see, if you don't draw a line, then there's no line. And so I guess they went from 2 genders to now infinite amount of genders, where anyone can just identify with whatever they want to identify with. I could create a new gender right now. I could create the dragon gender. Oh, wait, I can actually, because it's already created. So, anyways, you know where I stand on this, guys. You clearly see my perspective on this, but really, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think I'm being too hard on the parents? Do you think this is wrong? Do you guys think this is progress? And listen, if you disagree with my position, if you're out there watching this and you think that I'm wrong, you think I don't understand, you think I'm being hateful, whatever you think, I would love to hear it, and I mean it. I would love to have a kind, cordial, mature conversation with you. And maybe we can even gain some understanding from each other. I would love to chat with you in the comments. And if you agree with me too, no matter what your perspective is, leave a comment down below whether you think this is a good or bad thing. And as always, I'll be responding to all the comments that come in on this video. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our videos. And lastly, if you like what I'm trying to do here, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, because it really does help these videos get out to other people. And other than that, I will see you all at the next Jonathan Dierman Show.